they're pretty crap, to be honest. And if we don't improve drastically, we'll be going down the Clanger.
Deepdale, claimed to be the longest continuously played on football ground in the world. It has been the home of Preston North End for 135 years. We tracked down a Preston North End faithful to shed some light on this tough time for the club.
Since Christmas, since like all our good cup runs, we were just abominable, to be honest. We had like a losing streak. That was loads and loads of games. We kept letting in goals. We couldn't score goals. And if we don't improve drastically, we'll be going down the Clanger. I mean, he was a good manager for a while, but then I think he just lost his touch, to be honest. It happens with all managers, to be honest. Get a few players injured, you know, and players lose confidence. He just couldn't drag us out of that sort of hole we were in. And I suppose you just got to move on from bad situations, and that's what we did.
In recent years, the Lily Whites have challenged for a place in the Premier League, reaching the playoffs 4 times in the last decade. But those days are long in the distant memory of P&E fans. With last season's relegation into League One and a mediocre 2011-2012 season so far, what does the future hold for the Lancashire club?
At Deepdale, it's a really good turnout. It's really, you know, it's a family club. That's the thing, you know. You get all different generations there, and everyone just gets behind the players. We've had loads of decent players this season, but many of which have been like suffered from fouls and stuff, which is obviously happens in football. But I definitely say Graham Alexander. He's been like a key player this season, really like keeping us up, motivating the players, and he's got a really good scoring record. Well, where do we start? I mean, there are plenty of players. I suppose all players need to improve, don't they? But I reckon if Mickey Mellon could improve, I reckon that could really push the team forward. You know, Preston have got, you know, they've got a good side, but they just need these players to really kind of motivate them and sort of bring them up to the next level. I've been a fan of North End for about 6 or 7 years now. I admit, they're not the best team. They're not in the Champions League or anything like that. They're not in the Premier League. But you know, they're a good local side. They're what you know, they're what the league is all about. You know, decent football, hard work, and just companionship.
In 1889, North End claimed the first ever top division title in English football. They repeated this honour a year later, winning it again in 1890. Other trophies won by the club include 2 FA Cup titles in 1889 and 1938.
Yeah, it's easy to be discouraged when you're supporting Preston. Yeah, they're so inconsistent. The players, you know, just don't seem to be on the same level of scoring. I suppose the furthest I've travelled would be down to the south of England, to like London, Charlton, Wickham. I've been to Portsmouth as well. That was quite far as well. We're Preston North End. We're a decent team. I think we should have a pretty good cup run. I think we should definitely have a chance at the playoffs in League One. It's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, if you look at this season, we're in great form, then it all just dropped. So it could happen again next season, but I think we should definitely get into the playoffs next season and bring in some decent players.
Can Graham Westley lead his boys back to football glory? Probably not, but it's worth a try.